Thank you for coming. My name is Nathavan Kamsat. This is Scott Aman. We are going to present our consulting project for the Lens. First, let me give you an overview of the Lens. The Lens is an award-winning journalism, investigative journalism. They are non-profit and launching by online news website by the Lens NOLA. And as they are non-profit, they are funding by basically on the federal grants, and with the federal grants, they are receiving lots of money by the small number of contributors. So they asked us to come up with an idea to generate revenue other than the grants. Here's our methods. First, we generate a contact list of non-profit media firms, and we ask them to fill out our questionnaire on how they generate their revenues. And from about 181 firms on our contact list, we got 29 answers. And next, we get ourselves a tax form. We get them by using the website called guidestar.org. We, based on our contact list, we get a 65 tax form, and we use the data from tax form to analyze the revenue generating methods. Next is, I have to say that our data has limitation. First, the questionnaire answers are not very robust. Some are very short and not conclusive. Second, we base revenue generating fundraising activities on the tax form data, which is, we have to assume that the company fill out the tax form correctly. And the last one is, as we base on the non-profit media firms, not every one of them are investigative journalism as the Lens. So here's our funding. First, we get from our research that the importance of grants. 82% from our questionnaire receive grants money, and from the tax forms of 64 receive federal grants, and 53 of them do not do any other fundraising activities. And on average, federal grants contribute to about 70% of their revenues. So here's our finding on other activities. We found that from tax form of the company that doing these activities, the membership dues can contribute about on average of 26%, the workshop about 5%, and advertising 14%, and subscription is 15% respectively. Next, I will hand to Scott for the recommendation.
Thanks. Okay, so our first recommendation, which we found from the primary and secondary data, is that they need to maintain the free website where they give away their stories. The questionnaire tells us that for nonprofit media firms, foundation support, which as you saw comprises 70% of all revenue in the area, and individual giving, like it's super important for the mission to be front and center. And the best way for them to keep the mission front and center is to maintain the website and give the stories away for free to show everybody that we're out there, we're doing investigative reporting that's important to our community. What we want them to do is develop a separate content stream that they can begin to sell to members, subscribers, and also to potential sponsors for both products. The two products that we want to recommend are a longer think piece newsletter called the Lens Monthly and quarterly panels. The main reason we want to launch this newsletter capitalizes on the Lens's main strengths, which is their award-winning journalists who produce great journalism day in and day out. It's only got a 10-day estimated production cycle, so quarterly with 3 reporters in 3 separate content areas, that's about 15% of the reporter's time. We would like these reporters to put out these issues based on education, government, and real estate. We think these would be the most profitable and the easiest to sell to underwriters. We have our product cost breakdowns right here. The reporting itself would cost about $20,000. Freelance designers is about $100 an issue, so $1,200. The printing costs, which we found online, are about $3.38 per unit. Postage cost is about 12 cents per unit if you use the periodical rate from the U.S. Postal Service. So this leads us to a break-even analysis. It's very low break-even number of members that they need to pull this this off. It's only 271 subscribers with a fixed cost of 21,000 price per unit at 10. The targeted product makes for easy underwriting. It's much easier to get people to give you money if it's not, hey, come support this investigative journalism project. It's, we're putting out an education issue. We're putting out a newsletter on politics, a newsletter on real estate. This is going out to people who are interested in these issues, and you can be right front and center as an underwriter of this very specific topic, rather than just investigative journalism. The print costs scale very quickly. So that $338 cost is based on 250 copies. If they get 1,000 subscribers, it only costs them $1.35 per issue. At that point, they'd be making about $81,000 in profit. What's very important to note here is that the fixed costs are based on something that they already have. They're already paying news reporters. So if you want to look at it as cash outlays, the new cash that they need to pull this project off, all you need is to pay for the designer. The print costs go up a lot per unit because you're buying way less units. But you're buying way less units here because you only need 33 paying members. So if the Lens wants, in between 33 members and 270 members, the Lens is not losing any cash. All they're losing are the reporters. And then the quarterly panels, we want this also to be topic focused, that offers the most value to potential underwriters. Panels should be non-member subject experts who they want to form relationships with. That's a great way to kind of suck up to somebody who you want to become a sponsor later on. And then free to members but not to non-members. This gives them a tangible benefit to membership. We put up the costs here because I think you can see this could be easily covered by underwriting. Most venues you can get for free. It's about $15 a head for catering. Signage is a one-time gift. Signage is a one-time cost. $50 for gifts for the panel. These are minimal costs right here. So those are recommendations. Special thanks to these guys that actually talked to us on the phone. And thanks to Ann and Steve for allowing us to work on this project.